Welcome back. We'll start with a review of where we are on Excalibur. Everything outlined here in yellow is fully complete. So today we're going to knock out the two large 48 by 48 base plates, and part of that will be continuation of branching out this path, and this is really where we're going to see the split of those areas. Now, I've also continued to add elevation on the far side with the addition of three 16 by 16 base plates. So thank you again for watching and hope you enjoy. We start by laying out these great 2x2 bricks that are only 2/3 of a brick high. I got these at a pick-a-brick wall, and they've been a huge help. They'll help form the foundation for the start of the path that you can see here. Now, I did have some casualties, which I'll share later, from these old reddish brown plates occasionally breaking on me. I then had this 16 by 16 plate and some other large plates that I want to start placing at varying heights to get some added depth and elevation to the overall build. Quick status update. I finished plating out the base of the plate. I now have this elevation here, and I'm using these snot bricks. These are pre-placed, so to speak. So I plan on building a snot face here that will have the elevation gain as appropriate. And then over here, I'm planning on using Duplo bricks. So I'm sure if you're watching this, you're well aware that Duplo bricks actually do fit onto Lego plates. They actually have surprising grip power. It's pretty good. So we're going to put two Duplo stacks here and here. So we'll do a quick time lapse of what that looks like. Plating is complete. Got everything outlined now based on what I want to do. So the brown here that is going to be the path. We'll also share, this is the dilemma of using these old dark reddish brown plates. I don't know if you can see. I'll share this here. These are the little pieces that fall off. For some reason, that particular color was very brittle. I think the dark red was also brittle. And a lot of these are very, very old. Maybe I'll put a post up. Years ago, I built a indoor tree that I put on Rebrickable. The instructions are free. But that's why I have so many of these brown plates, but they're all old. And I also, years ago, built the, actually, I'll show it here real quick. I built Cave God's Sandcrawler, which is awesome, super cool. But yeah, that was years ago, and these dark reddish brown plates break like crazy. I am now going to try and build out the tiling for this trail. So wish me luck. Here you see a view as to what my path looks like now that it's been all tiled out. It looks okay, but I was really annoyed with those 3x3 light bluish gray circular tiles. I feel that they just stick out like a sore thumb. They almost look bright as I look at this video. So after I built this, I was in the Lego store as I usually am and saw that in their pick-a-brick they had these angled dark bluish gray pieces. So I bought some of them, then swapped out all of those light bluish gray tiles. I like the results. I think it looks a lot better. Now, this right here, I think, is a mistake in slow motion. I put these snot pieces too far down, so I actually can't even fit a piece in here. I wanted to try this with the snot kind of embedded into the cliff wall, and then over here, I left it completely blank. And the intent is to kind of like build a snot wall and then just place it all at one time. So we will see how bad this gets. I'm going to run with it for right now, but I have a funny feeling we're going to be digging some of this up when we get to prime time. Okay, so here we see these two 48 by 48 plates fully tiled and plated out. I'm really pleased with the way that this turned out. You can see the elevation gain in the back that I now need to work through with some wedge plates and snot technique. I want to incorporate some dark bluish gray rockwork on there as well. I think the tiling for the trail here looks great. Definitely happy that I took out the light bluish gray pieces. Unfortunately, I didn't do a time lapse of me adding in the rockwork here on the elevation. For me, this was a lot of trial and error, and as I got into the flow, it just sort of came together. I like the way it looks, and I think this is the effect I was going for. I know there's always room for improvement, but part of the reason I started this channel was to see my own progress as I get better. So now you can check these out, final views for yourself, and we'll transition into the final plant build and placement. So I mentioned Kyber Bricks earlier. He gave me some great ideas for some of these builds. I was inspired from a ton of different places, looking through Rubricable and Instagram posts, etc. After 3 months of building, I still feel like I could have built a new plant type every single build session. Um, so this is my final build here for the plants. Now we're going to enter the final time lapse for plant placement.